You've heard it a million times. Rent is dead money. Buying is always smarter. But what if I told you that in 2026, that's about as useful as a chocolate teapot? For decades, the mantra was simple. Rent is wasted cash, buy and build equity. But the numbers have flipped in surprising ways. National median rent, $650 a week. That's $33,800 a year. And the median home? A record $908,000. The gap is huge. Saving a 20% deposit takes the average Aussie 11 years, and hidden costs like stamp duty, strata, and maintenance eat away at gains. But wait, in 50 metro suburbs, mortgages are cheaper than rent. Like inner Melbourne units, own $2,050 versus rent $2,372 a month. Meanwhile, a renter who invests the deposit and difference in shares can build serious wealth. It's not black and white. So is renting really dead money? The answer depends on your time horizon, suburb, and whether you actually invest the difference. Stay tuned. National median rent now $650 a week. That's $33,800 a year gone. Renters now spend a record 33 cents of every dollar on housing. Vacancy rates under 2% in every capital. Finding a rental is a nightmare. Renting gets harder each year. More demand, fewer properties, higher prices. But in about 50 suburbs, monthly mortgage repayments beat rent on similar units. Buying isn't a free ride. Stamp duty, strata, rates, insurance, and maintenance add up. So your choice comes down to time horizon, suburb, deposit, and investing discipline. Buying sounds great, but that deposit is a monstrous wall blocking your path. The median home now costs $908,000, demanding a 20% deposit of $180,600. At average savings rates, stashing that deposit takes about 11 painful years. 11 years? That's a whole childhood. How is that possible? While you save, you're renting. And rent now eats a record 33% of income. But if you invest the deposit and rent savings instead, renting can build serious wealth. So the real question is, can you hack your savings to beat that 11-year timeline? You finally saved that 20% deposit. Now mortgage at 6.2% on $726,400. Monthly repayment, roughly $4,500. Wait, that's more than rent. But in some suburbs, owning is actually cheaper than renting. For example, inner Melbourne units own $2,050 a month versus rent $2,172. But watch out, hidden costs like stamp duty, strata, and maintenance add up. So the real question is, how long will you stay? That decides whether buying beats renting. In about 50 metro suburbs, mostly units, mortgage payments now undercut rent. Take an inner Melbourne unit, owned for $2,050 a month versus rent at $2,372. Pulse does a double take. Wait, buying cheaper monthly? Seriously? Yes, it's real. But that's just the mortgage. Hidden costs are waiting in the wings. Stamp duty, LMI, strata, rates, insurance, and maintenance, about 1% of value yearly. So is it really cheaper? That depends on how long you stay. The answer's next. But the mortgage is just the start. Buying adds hidden costs that can shock even the savviest buyers. Stamp duty and lender's mortgage insurance can swallow tens of thousands up front before you even move in. Then strata, council rates, and insurance, thousands at least each year, whether you like it or not. And maintenance, budget about 1% of your home's value annually. That's over $9,000. That's a lot of bananas. I could buy a whole jungle with that. So the real question is, how many years before buying beats renting? The answer might surprise you. What if the renter took that deposit and monthly savings and invested them instead? Saving $300 a month compared to owning, that difference invested in shares can compound. Over time, shares can beat property returns, but it's not a guaranteed win every time. Pulse chimes in. This is where discipline comes in. Actually investing the difference every month, not spending it, that's the hard part. So, can you stay disciplined while renting, or will lifestyle creep eat your savings? But here's the hidden key, time horizon. Buying beats renting only if you stay put long enough. The magic threshold? 7 years. Stay longer. Buying wins. Stay shorter. Transaction costs eat your equity. Transaction costs like stamp duty and agent fees can wipe out gains if you sell too soon. So the real question isn't numbers. It's how long will you be in that home? Are you there for 3 years or 10? That changes everything. Pulse pulls out a calendar and circles a date. But what if life changes? That's when your suburb and property type shift the numbers dramatically. Units in affordable suburbs. Often mortgage beats rent by hundreds. Example, inner Melbourne unit saves $300 monthly, but a house in a blue chip suburb, rent likely cheaper monthly even with low variable rates. Don't trust national averages. Your suburb, your property type, your numbers make the real difference. General info, not advice. Always crunch your own numbers before signing any dotted line. The key variables: time horizon, deposit, and whether you actually invest the difference. That's next. A huge deposit tilts the scales. Buying shines with lower mortgage costs. But if saving a deposit takes 11 years, renting forces wealth via shares. It's a personal choice, not one size fits all. Your life, your call. In some suburbs, monthly mortgage payments are lower than rent on similar homes. Hidden costs like stamp duty and maintenance add up. Buying wins if you stay 7+ years. So which path builds more wealth? That depends on one key thing. Rent is dead money is outdated. There's no universal answer. Your situation is always unique, and the maths changes. In some suburbs, buying is cheaper monthly, but hidden costs like strata, insurance, and maintenance add up fast. Renters who invest the deposit and monthly difference can build serious wealth, but only if they consistently do it. Your time horizon, suburb, deposit, discipline. They're all the real factors, not the old rent versus buy myth. Buying typically wins if you stay over 7 years. Short term, renting and investing might easily beat it. So which path is yours? The honest verdict, no single answer. In the next act, we crunch your numbers. Now, it's your turn. Head to calci.com.au, the link in the description, and run the numbers for your situation. Enter your rent, home price, deposit, and time horizon. It spits out the honest answer. No generic advice. This calculator tailors to your suburb, your savings, your goals. If this video changed how you think, subscribe for more unfiltered finance. Subscribe, hit that bell, and stay sharp. Pulse out. And watch your step. The market's slippery. Know your numbers, then choose.